Okay, days of 26, lazy Sunday. Don't have too much to do. I'm going to go show one house. Uh, we'll see how they like it. It's hit and miss with buyers and stuff. That's why people don't get it. They say buyers are liars. That's number one. Number two, uh, they don't know what they want ahead of time. They'll say, oh my God, this is the perfect house. This is the house I'm going to go buy. I just need to see it first. It's like, oh my God, I didn't like that house. I need 3 bedrooms, and they buy one with 2. I need to live over here. They buy over here. So that's what way it really is. Other than that, I may go see a movie today. Don't know which one. I should have done something over the weekend as far as movies go. I did go showing houses yesterday. Showed a total of 5 houses. This guy's been a little flaky on me. He's one of these that you'll show him houses, says he's absolutely in love with the house. Then he wants to go see it a second time. Then he'll go, I don't want that house. So I'm to a point where I've shown more houses. Well, I can't think of anybody I've shown more houses to do things like going back second time and stuff that we haven't put an offer in on yet. Just the last even 10 people, I think I've done it within showing 6 or 7 houses. We're probably 11, 12 with this guy, not including the go backs. He's always got to find something wrong with it. And I don't know if that has anything to do with he's got outside folks, one of these who takes the pictures to send to their families back home. So I don't know. We'll see. I hope he makes up his mind on something because, it's Sunday afternoon, approaching 1 p.m. and I haven't heard back from him. Usually by now, if somebody had made up their mind on something, they would have responded by now. So that kind of tells me he's going to play the old, okay, let's go looking at houses next weekend. Problem is, he's going to keep doing this, wasting weekend after weekend. I can't keep wasting on one person. That's the problem with real estate people don't get. And it's just so hard. They say you have to list to last. And I see why. Well, I already know why. Because you list the house, what no real estate agent's going to tell you is there isn't shit else they're really doing. All of that stuff about how they're going to get your house sold the fastest and make you the most money, that's all smoke and mirrors and bullshit. No matter who the agent is, the only thing that matters, take good pictures, price it right. Oh yeah, and make the house available. Those are the only 3 things. House has a hole in the roof, you lower the price. Literally, I've seen houses with holes in the roof, like this big, sell. I think if I could find it, it'd be really cool. I've seen one, it was the house with the hole in the roof, went in and there was a bunch of white supremacist shit wrote on the walls. It's sold. Who cares? You can paint that shit over. You see, all it is pricing. You're under a bunch of high power lines. Oh my God, I'm under high power lines. I'm gonna give my kids cancer. Price it right, it sells. That's all it counts, sells. It doesn't matter if the market's going up, going sideways, going down, you gotta price it right. That's all that matters. Somebody says, I can get this amount for your house, and everybody else says they can get a lower amount, that person is lying. Their job is to get the listing so they can later convince you to lower the price. You can't get to the right price on a listing unless you get the listing. So they just don't argue with you. I want $600 for the house. Last house sold in this neighborhood for $450. My house is special. No. And they eventually get to $450. It's the way it is. The way it always has been, and the way it always will be. But anyway, what I was saying is, the buyers, you got to, drive around forever with them. And you can only be with one person at a time. You can literally have 100 listings, literally, and manage them as one agent. You can only be with one buyer at a time. That's why the listing agents make so much money. And then just sitting there, collect them listings. And then you go, oh my God, they sold 50 houses last year. You know, the guys who sold 50 houses had 50 expire and didn't sell. The more you play, the bigger the issues. Anyway, that's it. This isn't the real estate channel. I've actually been doing pretty decent on my real estate channel, and believe it or not, especially when I tell the truth like this, people don't like the damn truth. You'll be surprised. Everybody will complain about real estate agents and being lied to and stuff until it's their turn and they want that real estate agent to lie to them. I'm going to get you the most money and sell it quickly. I'm serious. Those three things are the only things that matter. There is one other thing. So I'm going to say 4. For those of you who ever want to sell a house. 1, you have to put the house into great shape for the pictures and keep it that way. Keep it that way. 2, you got to take great pictures. Take your pictures on your phone. Some agents can get away with that. There's even special apps for real estate photography, which some of them aren't going to invest in, or invest in the time to learn how to take the pictures properly and what angles they need and all that stuff. The 3rd is, of course, pricing. And the 4th is availability. I need 24 hours before somebody can see the house. I need time for this and that. You're going to get less and less and less money. That's why vacant houses sell so quickly. Because people can get in them anytime. And an agent who's got to show a bunch of houses, it sure is a hell of a lot easier to show a vacant house than to show a house full of people who they need to make appointments with. Because even with 5 houses yesterday, 2 of them being vacant, just all the runaround of the 3 houses that we had to make appointments with, because you don't know how long that person is going to be in a house. That person can walk in that house and spend an hour. That affects everything down the line. You can walk in that house and spend 5 minutes. That affects every house that you're going to see down the line for when you have appointments. And that's why you have an issue. So these people who send you, like, I want to see 10 houses tomorrow, it's a recipe for disaster. Absolute recipe for disaster. No ifs, ands, or buts. Because you go to this house, it's fine. This house is fine. This house, you spend an hour in. Now, all of these houses are in jeopardy because all the time and you made out has to be renegotiated. But it has to be renegotiated in the field, which is impossible. Nobody wants to sit there at a house or out at your car as you call all these people. But they don't want to rush. This may be the house here, but instead of just quitting there, they got to see the other 7, which is where the problem comes in. You got to renegotiate all these or go like, okay, we're not going to see this one and we'll see these. That way we don't have to worry about the timing. I still want to see those 2. What if they're the one? That's where the issue comes in. That's why I'm giving you this. The maximum houses you can see in one day for multiple reasons is 6. 4 to 5 is optimal. 3 is actually the minimum. Going out on these onesie twosies as a real estate agent will fuck your time up. It really will. I'm going out on a onesie right now. Let's see what happens. I have sold a house on a onesie before, but in general, no. Another one, if you're a buyer, don't go seeing a house at night, because let me tell you what's going to happen. You're going to go, oh man, I really love this house. Can we come back tomorrow? Do you know why? Because you couldn't see the house. People want to see what the backyard looks like. They want to see what the neighborhood looks like. You can't really see that shit at night. I had one couple wanted to do that one time. I tried to explain it to them. But fortunately, they listened. The following day, we went and saw the houses, and they were like, it was the first time out we went to see houses. They were like, oh, now I see what you're talking about. I wouldn't have been able to see any of these houses at night. These are things they haven't thought about, especially when you're a first-time buyer. My voice is cracking like shit, ain't it? So, I really don't have much else to say. I can't believe I actually just talked for almost 10 minutes. So let me get up out of here and get on there, because I don't like to waste time. This is a vacant house. So what I like to do on vacant houses, I do content. So this can become a YouTube short or a and a TikTok and story and all that other shit. So I'm out.